Welcome to On the Beat, everyone. I'm over here with Bill Gillis and Elizabeth Jones from Crowell Gillis and Cooper. Today we're talking all about wills and estate planning. We talked about it last time, but we wanted to get additional aspects. Welcome to the show, both of you. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Okay, last time you were here, Bill, we talked a little bit about wills and estate planning and the importance of it. Okay, so now let's go a little bit deeper and go the other aspects that we are needing. Let's break that down a little bit for us.
When I have a client, it's my wish for that client that when he or she leaves my office, they've covered all the bases. The will is going to have effect when they pass away. But with life uncertain as we know that it is, we don't know about incompetency due to illness and accidents, so we want to plan for that as well with the use of powers of attorney for business purposes and advanced healthcare directives.
What? Okay, I want to touch on both of those. Power of attorneys, is it still really that necessary to have them if you have children or a wife or a husband?
Absolutely. It allows someone of your choosing to basically step into your shoes and handle any business affairs, banking, financial matters in the event you're incapacitated, and you can name your spouse, for instance, or someone else of your choosing. As far as a healthcare directory, that allows someone of your choosing to make your healthcare decisions for you, which hospital to go to, nursing care, that sort of thing.
Okay, well, let's just say, you know, I had done one and then I needed a power of attorney and I nominated my best friend, but not my wife. Can she challenge that if needed?
No. As long as you are competent and under no influence when you execute your own power of attorney, it is legal and valid.
Okay. Are there alternatives to wills and estate plannings?
We often use revocable trusts in plans. Those are for people who have a desire primarily to avoid probate and are disciplined enough to use the trust the way that it needs to be used in order to avoid probate.
Well, I would assume there are many different trusts, family trusts, living will trusts, correct?
Correct. And the most common is the revocable trust, which allows you to rename your assets in the name of the trust. So upon your death, the property has already passed into the trust, so there's no need to further title the property. It automatically goes to the people you've specified.
So just explain to everyone at home what a revocable trust is.
A revocable trust is a legal entity that one would set up to actually, as Elizabeth mentioned, hold title to assets. So in effect, they're owned by the trust. The trust has its own dispositive provisions as to what happens when I die. All right, so unless I have failed to put all of my assets in the trust, the will is unnecessary at that point.
Okay.
We do the will in that case as a safety net. So if I forgot to put an asset into the trust, the will tells my executor to put that asset in the trust so that it can be governed by the trust.
All right. Elizabeth, I want to say, how often should one be updating their will or trust?
Well, that's a very good question. Definitely every time a life circumstance changes, a birth of a child, death of someone in the family, a divorce, remarriage, that sort of thing. And also it's a good idea just sporadically every couple of years and just to make sure that the beneficiaries, update, make sure everyone is still current that you wish. And if there have been changes, you might even consider charitable giving at that point in time.
Right.
And laws change. So
see, we don't think about that, everyone, the laws, because we don't know what's happening.
And that's why I encourage someone to find a professional who is engaged in this type of practice to do the planning.
Very quickly, is it expensive?
It depends on the situation. There's certainly different levels of estate planning. Basic estate planning should not be expensive.
Okay.
And certainly it is always better to plan properly on the front end than to try to deal with a poorly planned mess on the tail end.
Fix it to begin with, not at the end. We appreciate both of you coming in. Great advice.
Thank you.
To find out more information about Bill Gillis and Elizabeth Jones, there it all is up on the screen for you. Give them a call if you need advice on wills and estate planning. Back after this short break.